Without seeing the data, could you guess which suburb of Des Moines saw the biggest housing price drop in June of 2024? Drop it down in the comments and let's see at the end if you were right. For those of you who don't know me already, my name is Blake Oliwalt, founder of the Bravo Ridge Group at eXp Realty, and what a show we have for you today. We're going to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly about the housing market in Des Moines in June 2024. As we bring in the data, we'll be looking at a few key metrics for each city within the metro: median sold price, median days on market, and the list to sold price ratios to check if the prices of homes selling are a lot lower than when they were originally listed for. So let's start with the city of Des Moines itself. So as I bring up the graphic here, I want to draw your attention to a few things. You will notice the median sold price of $224,000. This is very important because it takes the price of all the homes that actually went through the entire process and sold. I'm sure you've heard of many times that the price has gone pending or the owner has accepted an offer, but fail for reasons like inspections or appraisals, or the buyer changed their mind. So next, let's look at this number right here. 2.2 months of inventory means that if no new inventory hit the market, we have enough homes currently on the market to last us a little over 2 months before there are no more homes to buy. Now keep in mind, 4 to 6 months of inventory is actually what's considered a balanced market. So this is what's depicted on the line graph here, showing that we're in a seller's market, meaning that there is very little room for those hard negotiations unless the price or terms are simply unreasonable. Then we have this cool number here of 103.9%. This means that when we do our comparables and take the home to market, it's likely to sell for 3.9% above asking price. One thing to keep in mind for this is just because it says homes are selling over asking price doesn't mean that other homes aren't seeing drastic reductions. The market's always going to beat out anyone trying to oversell their property. So to put all this together with the 11 median days on market, if we were to take a home to market at $224,000, it will likely go under contract in 11 days at approximately 103.9% of that price. Pretty cool. So you'll also see the little arrows beneath the data showing these figures are going up and down from the previous month. Down for the days on market is actually a good thing. Let's transition over to the spreadsheet that we keep up each month to show year-over-year trends. So I've said this before, and I know this isn't as pretty as the chart, but the data is just as important because what we may see as a month-to-month dip could actually be a seasonal trend. January and February are historically the slowest months here in Des Moines just due to the cold and snow. So naturally, the days on market climb and the median purchase prices drop because they can just fluctuate depending on what properties are being sold and what are actually being showed. This is why we look at the previous year's data and not just what the market did the last month. When we believe the market is heading in a certain direction, the previous year's data may actually indicate that it is actually a common occurrence, like seasonal dips due to cold temps. So remember in our chart where I showed the price incline of 1.79% from May to June? If we actually take a look back at 2023, we see for Des Moines from May to June actually decreased in median sold price. So this could be just an anomaly or indicate that Des Moines could be seeing greater demand. If we take a look from June 2023 to June 2024, it actually shows an increase of purchase price of $14,000 from $210,000 to the $224,000 we've seen prior. That's a 6.25% gain in just 1 year. So let's switch over to West Des Moines to see if this data is similar. So you'll notice the median sold price for June was $330,000. This is already a $106,000 difference in value over Des Moines proper. The months of inventory is 2.38 months, meaning we are still very much in a seller's market. The list to sold price percentage West Des Moines is 98.1%. Yes, it's lower, still very impressive. To put this all together, if we were to take a home to market for $330,000, it will likely go under contract within 15 days on market at approximately 98% of that list price. If we go back to our spreadsheet to check the annual trends, we'll see that homes were actually increased an estimated $20,000 in value from the previous months of May and April. And if we look back at 2023, we see that the median value actually decreased by $10,500. Compare this to Des Moines proper, this proves that each suburb is truly their own market. So as we work our way around the west side of the metro, this brings us to Waukee, where the median sold price is $372,290, $148,000 difference in value from Des Moines proper. So here's one of the key differences compared to Des Moines and West Des Moines. 5.48 months of inventory, taking on average of 47 days to sell or go pending, meaning we are now in a balanced market and have room for those negotiations. The list to sold price percentage is still very impressive at 98.8%, which means we aren't seeing a drastic lowering of values due to the homes sitting on longer on market. So let's go back to the spreadsheet to see if this was common last year. Now we could see Waukee's median days on market has moved down to 47 days compared to March's average of 101 days. Looking back at 2023, this trend was also true, moving from 98 to 25 days. Also, it appears the purchase prices have held steady, meaning that we are standing firm in that high $300,000 price range. So this brings us to the intriguing suburb of Clive, where the median sold price here is the highest we've seen so far at $565,000. With a median days on market of 34 days, this shows that homes are selling a little over a month after hitting the market. The thing to keep an eye on is the months of inventory. As you can see, we are now at 5.1 months of inventory, meaning even with these higher average prices of homes selling as quickly as they are, we still have room for negotiations. So now let's go check back at 2023. It looks like June showed a drastic increase like it did in 2024. Comparatively, Clive sees the highest increases and decreases because there are just many homes listed between 400,000 into the millions. This brings us to Urbandale, a popular suburb of Des Moines just east of Waukee, west of Des Moines, but cheaper than most other suburbs on this side of the metro. We could see the median sold price is just under $333,000, showing it's lower than Waukee and Clive, but more expensive than Des Moines and West Des Moines. So with 3.57 months of inventory and 21 median days on market, we are looking at a seller's market where homes are still selling quickly for 99% of the original listing price. Going to the spreadsheet here, looking back at 2023, median sold prices were at $314,000. We are seeing an increase year over year. The bad news is that we had a reduction of price from March of this year through April into May. So luckily, we may have seen a slight rebound for June. So this brings us to Grimes. Do you remember when Grimes showed an 11.75% gain from March to April of this year? So now we're actually seeing an 11.38% decrease in median sold price, bringing us back down to $344,500. With over 4.12 months of inventory, 11 median days on market, and a 99.4% list to sold price percentage. Now, such a decline would normally have people running for the hills, like a crash is coming. But let's check the spreadsheet to see what happened in 2023. If we take a peek back, March to April also had a giant increase in sold price, followed by a decline in May. So this means the exact same thing happened back in 2023, indicating that these rise and falls happen throughout the year for Grimes. So last to wrap up the western side of the metro is Johnston, Iowa. June brought in a median sold price of just above $380,000, sitting on average 43 days on market. So we could still see here we're very much in seller's market territory with less than 3 months of inventory. But now back to the spreadsheet one more time, I promise. So looking at the data for Johnston in 2023, it looks like June had a substantial increase in the months of May. But if you look at last year, it appears June has historically been a strong month in this market. This is exactly why we need to look at the data instead of just this short-term rise and fall. And that wraps up the June 2024 market update. Here at the Bravo Ridge Group, we collect and analyze all the data so we can really dive into selling your home for top dollar as well as negotiate a better deal for buying your next one. If you are looking at selling your home, we just got done recording a complete guide to selling your home series. I'll leave the links to that down in the description. And if you have any questions, I'll leave my contact info down there as well. I look forward to hearing from you.